In the heart of West Africa lies one of the continent's largest and most economically significant nation, Nigeria. From the sprawling metropolis of Lagos to the distant corners of the Niger Delta, Nigeria's maritime industry plays a vital role in the nation's economy. At the center of it all stands the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, or NIMASA. For years, NIMASA had been tasked with regulating Nigeria's vast maritime sector, an industry that is worth billions. But behind the scenes, a shadow of controversy and corruption has loomed, casting doubt over the integrity of those entrusted with its leadership. In August 2023, a startling allegation emerged, one that shook the very foundation of Nigeria's maritime industry. The chief of staff to President Bola Tinubu, Femi Gbajabiamila, was accused of accepting a $1 million bribe from Victor Oche, a former executive director of operations at NIMASA. The bribe, according to investigative journalist Jackson Ude, was part of Oche's desperate bid to secure the position of managing director of NIMASA. What we discovered was a network of lobbyists and influencers who were all playing the same game, using money to secure power. Victor Oche wasn't the only one. There were others, and the sums involved were staggering. Femi Gbajabiamila, a longtime ally of President Tinubu, had been a trusted figure within the ruling party. As chief of staff, his influence extended far beyond the corridors of power. But the shocking claim by Ude based on an alleged audio recording would cast a dark shadow over his career. Oche, a man with deep ties to the maritime industry, reportedly paid this sum in an attempt to secure a position he felt would propel his career forward. But in the cutthroat world of Nigerian politics and business, nothing comes easy, especially when you are vying for a top government job. In the web of connections, one name stood out: Omwa Alonge Oni Okbaku, a former commissioner for environment and sustainability in Edo State. According to Ude's investigation, Oni Okbaku played a pivotal role in facilitating a link between Oche and Gbajabiamila. I never asked for any money. What I did was introduce Oche to influential figures. I was simply trying to help him. But when things didn't go his way, I became the one under suspicion. Despite her claims of innocence, Oni Okbaku was detained by Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, or EFCC, for weeks. During her detention, EFCC agents reportedly discovered $30,000 in her possession, which they claim was part of the alleged bribe from Oche. According to EFCC spokesperson, we are committed to fighting corruption in all its forms. The investigation into this matter is ongoing, and we have gathered evidence that raises serious questions about the role some individuals played. While Oni Okbaku remained under investigation, Oche, the man who allegedly paid the bribe, walked free, his involvement largely overlooked by the authorities. As the case began to unravel, the question remained: why was Oni Okbaku bearing the brunt of the investigation? In March 2024, the controversy surrounding the NIMASA DG appointment reached its conclusion when Dayo Moberiola was named the new Director General. Moberiola, whose name had not been part of the bribery scandal, was appointed despite the murky waters surrounding the process. Further complicating the story, another name surfaced: Pius Akinyelure, a close ally of President Tinubu. According to the audio recording obtained by Ude, Akinyelure too was allegedly among those who received fat envelopes containing money in exchange for their support. According to political analysts, it's clear that NIMASA wasn't the only agency where these kinds of backroom deals were taking place. This is a pattern we see across many sectors of Nigerian governance where power, influence, and money are inseparable. As the investigation continues, Nigeria's political landscape is left grappling with the implications of these allegations. While some may walk free, others, like Oni Obaku, face the consequences of a system where corruption remains deeply embedded in the political culture. The EFCC investigation may not be over, but for many Nigerians, this scandal represents yet another chapter in a long story of political maneuvering and corruption that continues to undermine the trust of the people in their leaders. For the people of Nigeria, the fight against corruption is far from over. The outcome of this case will not only impact those involved, but will shape the future of governance in the country. In the end, Nigeria's hope for a more transparent and accountable government rests on the courage of those willing to stand up against the system and the determination of citizens to demand change. This is the story of power, influence, and the fight for accountability. The truth is still unfolding.